Hey, Life Church, most of you know me. You know I love football. I love sports. I love my Jaguars. But the game's not all that important. This past week, the Buffalo Bills were playing the Cincinnati Bengals. And in the first quarter of that game, the Buffalo Bills safety, Damar Hamlin, got hit. And I don't know if you don't follow sports, you may not realize what happened, but he literally hit the ground and went unconscious. These players and the coaches and everything, they had no idea what was going on. And they rushed over, did CPR on this man. They had to do it twice to revive him enough to be breathing. Never seen the NFL world in shock like this. 24-year-old young man in excellent health, laying lifeless in the middle of a field. Is that a wake-up call? I don't know what is. But what really struck me is games have never been canceled in the NFL for anything. This team and the other team saw this young man and they immediately rallied around him. Were there for him. He has an organization out there. He had $1,500 that he was trying to raise for kids to put toys together for individuals who are less fortunate. And his players and stuff love him, and he's down to earth, really nice young man. You can see people on that football field with tears in their eyes, crying. Coaches talking to one another. The quarterbacks from both teams in shock. Everybody around couldn't believe this. This young man's life was much more important in that game. In the past, we've experienced a whole lot of people out there not exactly being religious. But this is on national media. This has been posted all over TV for almost a week now. That young man's organization that he has, within this very short period of time, has over $7 million of people and fans putting into that. I bet you he never expected his life was going to turn like that. I bet you he never expected at 24 years old that he'd end up lifeless on the field. In fact, he woke up and he asked if they had won, if the Buffalo Bills had won. And their response was, yes, you won the gift of life. So my point to you is this. We don't know what God's plan is for us, but he used this young man to reach out to millions of people because prayer all of a sudden became important again. God was active and God was there, and he did something powerful, and he still is doing something powerful. So this young man probably had no idea of what his plan was going to be for his life and how things were going to work out. And right now, he's laying in the hospital bed, alert, awake, and he's now finally off the respirator. He's talking to his teammates. You know what? God had something huge planned, not only for him, but for that platform, for all these Americans and everyone across the world to see what happened. God is much bigger than any plan we may have. So I don't know if this guy will ever have a future in the NFL anymore, but I'll tell you what. Follow God's plan. Don't worry about what your plan is. Ask him. Ask him. We all have a platform. We can all be there for one another. God bless.